Oh, DreamWorks, you've made some masterpieces, just like Toy Story 3 and Zootopia. Oops, wrong studio. In all seriousness though, DreamWorks have made plenty of classic films like the Shrek franchise, however, they have put out a lot of misfires. They're the kind of studio who goes from a masterpiece such as Puss in Boots: The Last Wish and then all the way down to a film like Ruby Gillman. First up, on February 2nd, 2024, is a film called Orian and the Dark. Similar to Captain Underpants, it's based on a children's book of the same name, which seems a common trend for DreamWorks to do these days. The basic plot is Orian, who is a kid afraid of the dark, gets taken on a globe-trotting adventure by Dark to prove that there's no reason to be afraid of the dark. Jacob Tremblay will be voicing Orion, but he's everywhere these days. He's becoming the next Awkwafina. In all seriousness though, he is a good actor. He did the voice of Luca and Flounder in last year's Little Mermaid. This will be director Sean Charmat's first feature film. However, he has previously directed Trolls Holiday in Harmony, which was a short film produced by DreamWorks. And it did get good reviews, but personally I haven't seen the short, so I can't give you my input on it. The next film, released on 8th of March 2024, will be Kung Fu Panda 4. The Kung Fu Panda franchise currently has a perfect track record. Will it be the next Toy Story 4, where a 4th film we didn't know we needed, but it ends up being amazing? We will see. It's incredibly important that the film does well at the box office, as well as being very well received by audiences, as director Mike Mitchell hints it will be the start of a new trilogy for the franchise. The trailer, however, did get very mixed audience reception, but it is only the first teaser trailer, so we can't get a good picture of how the film will turn out until nearer the time. Awkwafina is being set up as the next Dragon Warrior, it seems, but for some reason she gets a lot of hate these days in any films. I'm not sure why, but to be honest with you, she does have a very specific style of comedy. Kung Fu Panda 4 will be bringing back beloved classic foes, but could this just be seen as a cheap gimmick or a genius idea? We will see. One of the biggest complaints so far for the trailer has been the lack of Furious 5 presence in the trailer. The director has come out since saying that they will be in the film, but they're currently on their own quest, which will probably result in them having very little screen time in the film. The next completely original film that will be released on September 20th, 2024 will be a film called The Wild Robot. Director Chris Sanders has previously directed the Lilo and Stitch films, Croods and the How to Train Your Dragon films. If this resume is anything to go by, then we're in for a big treat with this film. This will be another DreamWorks film based on a beloved best-selling book, and the plot of the book is about Roz, a newly manufactured robot who becomes a castaway on an island with no human inhabitants. Wild animals fear Roz because of her huge size and scary-looking self, giving Iron Giant vibes. Unlike Orion and the Dark though, this is set to get a theatrical release, and for sure we can't let it be another Ruby Gillman level flop, otherwise we might be getting Boss Baby 89. The final film that we know is in development and may be releasing next year is Shrek 5. We know nothing about the film as of yet, and we don't even know for sure who will be returning or when the film will actually release. Judging by the end of Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, it's to be presumed that some of the gang from that film may tag along and be incorporated in the Shrek franchise. Has enough time passed though for a 5th Shrek film? Will it be a reboot? We don't know for sure yet. Shrek Forever After released in 2010, and other than the Puss in Boots spin-off films, we've seen very little Shrek besides some shorts and specials. Just as a little bonus film, I'd like to include the How to Train Your Dragon live-action remake, which is coming very soon. Although the film isn't technically animated, How to Train Your Dragon revolutionised animation, and the fact that it's only the second 2010s animated film to get a remake after Moana made it noteworthy for this video. The original director will be returning, meaning we should be in safe hands for the remake. The feature will star Nico Parker as Astrid, Gerard Butler will be returning as well to reprise his role as Stoic, so expect Stoic to sound very similar to the character we know and love from the animated franchise. Relative newcomer Mason Thames, who you might recognise from The Black Phone, will be playing Hiccup. This is all we know currently of the How to Train Your Dragon live action remake, but if this and Moana does well, I really wouldn't be surprised if we start getting more modern day animation remakes. What film would you like to see get a remake in the future? I personally think Incredibles would fit perfect in live action.